And I am live. This is the morning show. Wow, what a day, what a day, what a day, what a day. Can't you smell that? You smell it in the air. Gardening season is soon going to be taking place here in Maryland in another 4 months. I'm so excited. Only 4 months to go. I think I'll use this bag. This came with one of my purchases on eBay. So I will fill this with corn seeds. It's the morning garden, a little under the weather. However, not too bad. Hello, hello, hello. Is anyone out there? Out there? Just having a good time. Hello, hello, everyone, everyone, everyone. I'm having a good time. I'm having a good time. I just thinking about all the things that's going on right now. I'm a little under the weather. Some people are telling me if I eat a little garlic, it will help me. Um, so just put up new videos underground food. I will look into that. Definitely. And let's see. And I want to just thank everyone for watching my program when I was talking about saving money on fertilizers. They definitely got into that. They got into that. And one guy told me he was happy and glad that he listened to my broadcast there. And he said as soon as he saw the first broadcast, he got in his car and took off and went and purchased so many bags. He didn't tell me the exact number, but he did really good at Home Depot. And then the second time I broadcast, he said he went out again at Home Depot and hit him again. Because that's what happened to me. I hit him on Monday, scored some bags for $2 a bag. This is normally where I live at. It goes for about $7.80. I want to say 89 cents. Let's just say $8. $8 a bag. I got them for $2 a bag. Then I also got the big, huge bags. I don't know what the weight is on them. I didn't check. Um, but I got them because all it is a deal. That's all it is, a deal. It's an easy way to do it sometimes. I don't feel like making my own fertilizer. I can. But these are just just basically farm waste. So I think it's worth $2 a bag, not $8. Um, I have been doing a lot of research, like at night. When it's cold, I can't sleep. I do the research. I do the research. I go in and I say, okay, what if I did this? And what if I added that? And okay, the soil's looking good. My worm population is up in the soil. Lots of insects crawl around in my soil. Um, and that tells me a lot about what's going on in the soil. I also fed the soil early fall. Early. I started, as soon as the sun, went so hot in the garden, I started going out and using my weed trimmer to trim down as many weeds and grass as I could and allow them to lay on the surface and fertilize the ground. Remember, your population in your soil, as long as you're feeding them, they'll stay there. They'll stay in the soil. I was watching a video last night. It was a gentleman talking about the navel oranges that he grows. Navel oranges that he grows. Beautiful oranges he had. He didn't go much into um, what he feeds them, how often, how long the tree, he said the tree is about, I want to say 5 years old, but he didn't go into much detail of anything. So what I did is I said, okay, let me do a little research. I went in and found out that between zones 9 and 10 is where it suggested that you grow this type of orange. So I knew that was completely out of my zone. It also talked about porch growing. You bring them in, you bring them out, you bring them in. That's something I'm not interested in, especially when the tree starts getting any size on it. Bringing it in and out, bringing it in and out. I don't want to do that. I just don't want to do it. I could lift it, but I don't want to do it. If my trees aren't tough enough to make it, I don't want to be dragging them in and out. I have three kinds. One, three kinds of. Hello, how you doing? Three kinds of growing oranges. Um, and that was very interesting. That was very interesting. But one thing I learned is that I'm not the only one that have uh, fruit trees. There was another uh, information I fell upon, which was that sometimes people buy fruiting trees and they're not producing anything. And uh, the information that I fell on is that it was a number of reasons why, but the main reason was that uh, some people have a tree that's not old enough to start producing fruit, or the other one was they don't have a second tree. Um, but he didn't go into a lot of information in his writings to talk about what kind of trees. Because let me explain. I have five uh, cherry trees. One of them, which is about 5 or 6 years old, produces beautiful blossoms um, every single year. Beautiful blossoms all over it. And when it does that, it it has a tree next to it, about, let's say, about 10 feet apart, and it is I think it's a Bing cherry tree. So both cherry trees are about 10 feet apart, but you never get them to cross pollinate, because what happens is you have the tortellini that starts blossoming early. All the blossoms fall away, and then on comes the Bing. Now, the Bing doesn't have a tree to cross with, other than, I think, if my neighbor, I gave him a few years back a cherry bush, and I believe it's called a handsome bush. And at any rate, it's a bush, and I believe my Bing is crossing with it. But what I never understood is why my tortellini doesn't cross with it. But that's another story altogether. But the the thing about it is, I look at the number of bees, I look at certain things, and I try to put it together and find out what's going on. Why has this tree that's 6 years old, the tortellini, produces uh, beautiful blossoms, but it never produces fruit? And that goes for my other cherry trees. They produce very few blossoms, but they never produce any fruit. And and so I said, okay, I got to find out what's going on. And so I bought another cherry tree, which is self-pollinating, and that could have been a big mistake. But what's going on is it hasn't started blossoming yet because it's not old enough, but it should start blossoming very soon, maybe this year, because the tree's got to be about 3 years old now. So I'm trying to get something across with them so I can say, hey, I did it. They're working now. It's a working system. Let's see. Well, yeah, And you mentioned something here about mason bees, and I'm from somewhat yeah, mason bees, morning gardener for the cherry trees. You know what I'm thinking of? If I have some two by fours here, if I drill the right size hole in these in two by fours sideways, I could build homes for mason bees. But I just don't know what size bit to use. So I think what I'll do is go on a mason bee site where they sell these. Um, they sell all these tubes that the mason bees go in, and you could buy those. Take care now. All right. Yeah, it's early to mid and late type of church. Early to mid, late type, and fall. So pollination around and a lot longer. Okay. Yeah, I can understand that. So I have cherry trees. One that always blossoms first. That's the Alberta. It comes on so early that you're somewhat concerned that it's going to try to produce fruit while it's still winter. But my Bing has now gotten into the habit of producing beautiful, beautiful cherry trees. I mean cherries all uh, every year. It's been producing beautiful cherries. And I did put a bulletin out yesterday that the stores are beginning to sell their seeds, especially Home Depot that started has some small amounts of seeds on shelf. The probably at the end of this week they will have a full displays out, ready to start selling. The same goes for Walmart and maybe even Lowe's, but they will start selling their seeds this week. So look for that. Full display cases by say Thursday or Friday. Everything's set to go. I talked to my person in one of the stores, and he said he was told by a supervisor that was Monday. He said start setting up the display cases for the seeds uh, this week. So he said to me by no later than Thursday or Friday they'll have them all set up. And I do have some few seeds that I saved this year. I saved what's it, okra, and I saved corn, and I'm going to start saving even more seeds because the name of the game is it's getting expensive, and I don't want to just do a little trickling away of my money. I could actually pay for the seeds, but I don't want to if I could save them. And I think it's a better deal when you actually um, uh, get seeds that will grow better. Then why would you not want a seed that will grow better? You would want a seed that will grow better. And what I'm looking at is um, seeds grow better when they're familiar with your soil. It's just a better deal. Oh, okay, the bamboo. Thank you very much. See that? All this information out there using bamboo. It's interesting. Just a little under the weather, folks. Just a little under the weather, but everything looks good for the gardening stuff. It's just really looking good. Has anyone started planting their garden yet? Anyone at all planting your garden? I've been at it since fall, and I'm looking at some good things that I found that might work, and going to basically grow the same items. Just some other weird items I'm growing. One's called a uh, one's called a snake melon. Snake melon. I said, do you spray your trees with fungicide? No, I don't spray with fungicide. um, I don't spray with fungicide. I guess because I've never had any real problems with any funguses. The only thing I do have problems with are it's called insects eating the peaches, and it's they love the peaches. They go for the peaches, and you want to make sure that you also spray. Well, I can't say you, but me. The cherry trees are overrun in my location by a white worm that gets inside of them, and when you go to open, if you pop the seed, I mean the cherry apart, you'll see a white worm in there. It looks like a almost like a maggot, like a fly larvae. And if you spray them before they bloom with neem oil, you will get rid of a lot of those bugs. Now they recommend that you spray twice a year. Some people say twice a year, 3 times a year. But what I'm going to do is when we get into the dead of winter here, where I can walk around out there, I'm going to, and with the wind is low, with the wind low, I'm going to go out there and spray the trees, and then I'm going to go spray them again when they start going. Let me get it right here. When they start going into spring, or when I see the buds start swelling a little bit, even before they start swelling, when I see them I say, okay, I'm gonna spray them again, because all you want to do is suffocate the larvae of these insects before they hatch out. That's all you're doing is suffocating them, so that when you spray the trunk of the tree, the you spray the branches of the tree, you spray around the weed line. I mean, what they call the grow the oh god, I can't think of it. You know the name. You spray around the perimeter of the tree, and when you do that, you will come out better, because what it will do is it will suffocate the insects from coming up from the ground and into your tree and eating your tree's fruit. And I'm gonna tell you, I got apple trees out there and everything looking good. I want to make sure that I protect it a little bit, because they can. I mean, from my experience, they can ravish a peach tree even before you get any fruit off of it. You'll see the peaches growing, and you'll look at them, and you start seeing this brown syrup bubbling up from parts of the peaches. And that's because an insect went in there. That's what happened. He went in there overnight while you were asleep. He went in there. Apples, they do the same thing with apples. They go in apples. Spray all that stuff down so that you'll have some apples left. If you ever see an apple look deformed the way it's shaped, a lot of times it's because a bug went in there and did that to that apple. So that's what you want to do. You want to make sure you try to do what you can to protect it. You waited all year for the fruit. You invested money in it and everything. You just want to make sure you get some of it. So that's what you want to do, folks. Do you spray with a fungicide? God, I tell you, boy, protect that fruit. Protect it. So I'm feeling good. Protect that fruit, folks. All right, well, kind of quiet in the room, so I'm going to take off and get some things together for work. And but it's been nice. It's really been nice. I enjoyed it. And I'm going. Oh, and I'm back up these seeds too. Got a little time set aside. I'm bag those up, so I know I have those done. And it comes from the corn I grew this year, called Peaches and Cream. Yeah. All right, good people. Remember to keep on growing, and thank you very much. And we got Backyard Gardener. I want to see some of your videos when you get them up. I appreciate that very much. And everyone have a good day. Take care.